call the Bremen High School District 228 Board of Education meeting to order. Can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Canning?
Here.
Mrs. Gleason here. Mr. Johnson?
Here.
Mrs. Jones? Mrs. Jones? Mrs. Scantworth? Here. Mrs. Bressler? Here. Mrs. Stearns?
Here. Rise for the pledge, please. Our first item is the board minutes, approval of February 20th, 2018, both open and closed.
So moved.
Second. Moved by Mr. Cannon, second by Ms. Gessler. Any discussion? No discussion.
Mr. Canning?
Aye.
Mrs. Gleason abstained. Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mrs. Jones? Mrs. Scantworth? Aye. Mrs. Bressler? Aye. Mrs. Stearns?
Aye. Board recognition award.
Good evening, everybody. If I could have Mike Picosi come over here. Mike is, we're very lucky to have Mike Picosi at Bremen High School. He's been here for 8 years as one of our leaders in the Freshman Learning Center. This program started in our district 8 years ago, and we were lucky enough to pluck Mike away from retirement as he had retired from his previous administration job in District 230, and fresh off retirement, we were able to talk to him to come in and work in this new program that we started up at Bremen High School for our freshmen, because we were really interested in making sure they got off to a great start. We wanted to make sure that they were given opportunities in the core curricular areas, make sure that we were working with our teachers in the classroom and working with our Freshman Learning Center, which sits right behind us right there. That's Mike's classroom for the last 8 years. And we figured out over the last 8 years that Mike in the Freshman Learning Center has touched probably about 2,800 students at some point during their high school career, helping them get off to a great start, helping them remember they're the keeper of the lights at Bremen High School. That's a theme that Mike uses as Mike gives inspirational talks on what it means to be a successful high school student and how they can take that into your future every Friday. Mike has been a wizard at working with our freshman students for the past 8 years and doing the things that are necessary to get them off to a great start. He's reduced the failure rate in there along with his staff and our teachers as they all work together. But again, Mike has been the point of emphasis, the leader in that, to make sure that it happens and to make sure everyone knows what we're trying to do and working together for the good of our students. I'm sad to say for us that this is going to be Mike's last year in there, because he's going to officially retire. So he's going to officially retire the second time. He's got grandkids now that he wants to be around, and he's going to go ahead and leave us vacant in there for a little bit, but we're going to be fine because of the nice foundation that he's built over the last 8 years for us. And again, I can't thank Mike enough for all the effort that he's given us there. I know being principal at Bremen High School this is my 11th year, having Mike come in as a former principal, as a former district administrator, and he's been a big influence in my life and the different things that we've been able to do at Bremen High School. And I thank him for all his service to Bremen High School and all the things he's done for our students at Bremen High School over the last 8 years. He's truly made us a better place, and definitely has pride in everything he does, so he fits our model. Thank you.
I'd just like to thank the Board of Education for the support of the program, for the vision for the program that goes back 9 years ago, to the Bremen staff who created the program. We were hired afterwards. I'd like to acknowledge the people that I've worked with. Rebecca Desmond, who was a Hillcrest teacher for many years and retired, and Susan Bednarski, a Tinley Park teacher that retired. So the three of us have been together for 8 years, working with the freshman year. And so this year, now Terry Stevens, a retired Bremen staff member, is going to be part of the program as well, is part of the program, and will carry on. So we're very pleased to have done this work. We thank you for the opportunity that you provided for the students and for the vision of the staff, Dave's vision to make this happen. Thank you.
this plaque, it says, the Board of Education presents this award to Mike McCosey, March of 2018. You have helped to provide a positive learning environment for the students of District 228 by the time and talent you share. Thank you for caring.
For a second. There we go. All right, we'll go right into our good news report. We have our two students here ready to go, fresh out of water polo and our play. We have a senior, Daisy Garcia, and a sophomore, Allison Reed, to give Bremen's good news report. You notice Allison got this big gold medal around her neck. She's going to tell you a little bit about it. And Daisy's going to make sure she tells us a little bit about the upcoming play, because we plucked her out of play practice to be here tonight for a few minutes if you got it. So, take it away.
Good evening. I'm Allison Reed and I'm a sophomore here at Bremen High School. I'm involved in multiple after-school activities and clubs, including Code of the Braves, Circle Book Club, GSA, the swim team, and our district water polo team. I've also been chosen to represent Bremen as one of the 2018 Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Award winners. Most recently, I've been involved with helping to organize this year's St. Baldrick's event in my school. This was my 7th year being involved with the St. Baldrick's Foundation. Beginning when I was in 4th grade, I shaved my head for the first time for the first 3 years and have been volunteering for the last 4. I have been Bremen's top fundraiser for the last 2 years and have raised over $10,000 in total over the last 7 years. Last week, the Bremen Braves participated in a number of festivities to raise money for the annual St. Baldrick's Assembly, which was held on Friday. Our committee set ambitious goals this year and was able to raise funds through direct donations, sales of apparel, ice cream, and other merchandise, as well as faculty Pie in the Face contest and Miracle Minute that was organized with assistance from our NHS students. This St. Baldrick's committee focused their effort on remembering loved ones that have passed due to cancer, and also planned an assembly to serve as a celebration of life. Additionally, performances from our diversity drill team, Fuego dancers, Real Men Dance, and the Real Teachers Dance helped entertain the crowd as we came together for this incredible cause. In total, the Bremen community raised over $16,000 this year.
Good evening, my name is Daisy Garcia. I'm a senior here at Bremen High School. Over the past 4 years, I've participated in activities such as band, drama department, speech, GI. I'm part of NHS. We'll soon be part of World Language, the World Language Honor Society, and yeah, I think that's it. Our fine arts students have been busy showcasing their talents at a number of recent events. Seniors Jesus Carrillo and Cheyenne Gardner recently earned honors at the South Suburban College Regional High School Art Exhibit. Jesus was awarded Best in School, and Cheyenne was awarded an Art Merit Award for Mixed Media. A week later, their work was showcased at the South Suburban Conference Visual Arts Festival at Trinity Christian College, where Jesus once again earned Best in School, and Dominic Mariscal earned an honorable mention.
We wrapped up our African American History Month with an evening program organized by Ms. Kopich, Ms. Thigpen, Ms. Fryer, and Mr. Lane. Thank you to these sponsors for the time and effort they put forth to deliver an amazing evening of music, step, gospel choir, poetry, and more. The evening was well attended, and our students, parents, and community seemed to truly enjoy the evening.
Approximately 100 students were On Wednesday, March 14th, our school library had a partnership with Anderson's Bookshop, where authors were sent to our school free of charge to discuss new books with our students. Approximately 100 students were part of this thought-provoking, courageous, and timely discussion to raise awareness about sexual violence. Several school social workers from across the district came to Bremen High School to take part in Chessie and Jen's Q&A. We would like to thank Kelly Sala and Mary Rose Burness for organizing this event. If you are interested in reading the book, each district library has copies.
During the month of February, our Gay Straight Alliance, or GSA Club, volunteered their time at the Ronald McDonald House for the 4th straight year. The GSA Club members spent their time at the Ronald McDonald House near the University of Chicago Comer Children's Hospital. The students cooked and served dinner, cleaned the kitchen, and learned about the mission and purpose of the Ronald McDonald House. All the families were extremely grateful, and the manager on duty commented that it was one of the kindest and friendliest groups they have ever seen.
This past month, Bremen High School Spanish teachers Ms. Gina Arguelles and Ms. Myra Ortega and Ms. Ariana Anaya took 75 students to the 36th Annual United States Hispanic Leadership Institute Pep Rally in College Fair in Chicago, Illinois. According to the USHLI website, the conference has become the premier Hispanic leadership conference in the nation, attracting a complete cross-section of our leadership community and involving all ancestry groups. The conference was an amazing, inspirational experience for all that were able to attend. Students were amazed by the public speakers and celebrities that were present.
Good evening, everybody. I would like to welcome Lauren Berry and Sean Ford to give the good news report from Tinley Park High School.
Hi, I'm Lauren Berry from Tinley Park High School, and I'm a junior.
And my name is Sean Ford, and I'm also junior at Tinley Park. News report from Tinley Park tonight.
Congratulations to Carl Hollop for receiving the Eleanor Ferraro Fine Arts Scholarship. He was awarded a $1,000 scholarship in the music category. Way to make us tight and proud.
Congratulations to Todd Boyzak, who competed at the 43rd Chicago Regional Bridge Building Contest held at the Illinois Institute of Technology, where he placed first out of 32 South Suburban competitors. We wish him good luck as he advances to the International Bridge Building Contest in April.
Tinley Park High School teachers Ms. Maggie O'Connor and Ms. Laura Munoz recently found out that they have been named Outstanding Activity Advisors by the Illinois Directors of Student Activities. According to the IDSA, this award recognizes individuals who, through their time and effort, have made an impact on their club or activity and who exemplify the ideal advisor. Ms. O'Connor and Ms. Munoz will be receiving their awards at the annual IDSA Awards Banquet in April.
Our 12th annual Jazz Cafe was held this past weekend. The musical talent was amazing there, and we had selections from both our jazz band and honors jazz band, and they did not disappoint the crowd in any way. The complexity of the pieces, along with the enthusiasm of the crowd, made the evening so memorable. We would like to thank Mr. Aiello, the band boosters, and the jazz bands for making it such a great night.
On Thursday, March 8th, 7 Tinley Park High School seniors signed letters of commitment to play sports in college. Congratulations to Ryan Santera, who will be playing football at Wabash College, Elijah Webster, who will be playing football at Robert Morris University, Michael Lake, who will be playing baseball at Robert Morris University, Kristen Kavalauskas, who will be playing softball at Lewis University, Morgan Snagolsky and Haley Simolich, who will be playing soccer at St. Xavier University, and Peyton New, who will run track at Greenville University.
And we'd like to recognize our state qualifiers, our varsity cheerleading team, and Ezekiel Childs for wrestling. And that's a good news report from Tinley Park.
Good evening. We have two students from Hillcrest High School who are going to present some information to you. Not so much a good news report, but their experience at Operation Snowball passed all weekend. So we have Kevin Bautista and Jay Flowers. Come on up. Kevin is a senior at Hillcrest and Jay is a junior. Kevin has been, he was actually a transfer student from Bremen High School to our school. He's been an honor student, an AP student, and he is a member of the Athletes, Key Club, National Honor Society, and he plays guitar at his church. Jay is a junior who is also our resident thespian and photographer. She is, besides being a member of the Drama Club and the Photography Club, is also a member of the Art Society. So they're going to share their experience in Operation Snowball.
I have always heard of snowball, but I never participated in the thing that was there for me. I never gave it a shot until I was invited to go to the retreat by lady named Ms. Williams, who worked in the IEC. There was a lot where I thought it could go wrong, but it was quite the opposite. There was never an event that felt as an event where everybody was passionate and listening. I never felt that the people were pushed out or where people were forced to join in. It all came quite naturally. The opening family rule was essential, and during this retreat, people had to reflect themselves upon their mistakes and misgivings. It never felt forced as if it would never be, but it had worked as it was. The people within my group helped me open up and made me feel comfortable. These groups were an activity that I enjoyed, especially as they let me keep in mind. For those who were there on the last day, the appreciation of how this retreat has helped people show themselves in the support staff. And everybody know how snowball has impacted me. I was fortunate to be here at least 1 year, especially at a time where I felt lost in my own head. At the very least, I could be up here talking about how impactful this trip is. I've already been recommending this trip to one of my friends, and they seem extremely interested. My experience I will ever miss. Thank you for your time.
Hello, I'm Jay Flowers. I am a graduate student from Hillcrest High School, and I'm a junior. I'm in many different clubs, with GSA, drama, art, photography, all kinds. But the club I'm here to talk about specifically is snowball, which was my first year coming to Green Street. As a student with anxiety, of course, I was naturally already anxious, but my close friend Tyler told me it was a very warm and welcoming environment, and she was right. She was definitely right. When I arrived, one of the staff members, Jen, already knew who I was. She was handing me my folder and taking my phone, which of course as a teenager hurt a little bit. Fast forward to the next day, we meet many speakers and listen to more of them, tell them their incredible stories and how inspiring they were to me. Each story really touched me in a very emotional way, making me feel like I wasn't alone and that there was somebody there that I knew that went through the same experience that I did. All of the new friends that I made at the snowball retreat were so accepting, and they definitely were respecting to who I was, including the staff. The activities we did on that day helped. I definitely came out a changed person. I felt loved and like I am not alone. This definitely will not be my last time attending snowball. The only complaint I have for snowball is that it isn't long. Thank you so much. I wouldn't have this experience if it wasn't for you.
Okay, representing Oak Forest High School tonight, being a standout, Jeff Taylor.
I'm Jeff Taylor, a junior at Oak Forest High School, and today I'm going to read the good news report. So, the Oak Forest Band and Choirs traveled to Disney World over Parent-Teacher Conference weekend. The Oak Forest High School musical groups performed at the park and attended 2 unique Disney performance workshops, where they learned, under the guidance of experienced Disney teaching artists, how to get the most out of rehearsals and discover how to execute a pitch-perfect performance, while honing their sight reading skills. The Oak Forest High School bands are directed by Nick Rodek, and the Oak Forest High School choirs are directed by Victor Pazin. Congratulations to the champion members of the Oak Forest High School science team, who competed and won first place in the 2018 South Suburban Conference Science Competition at Tinley Park High School. Oak Forest High School science coach Matthew Bradbury said, "As a team, we earned first place with 42 points. Monk got second with 24 points, and Rivers got third with 23 points. Oak Forest won an amazing 14 first place medals. Students who were named all-conference science students were Anthony Bredigan, Kim Bergard, Audrey Cooper, Sarah Follard, Lynette Latoha, Megan O'Keefe, Matt Taylor, Augusta Toka, and myself. The Oak Forest High School Drama Group is fiercely preparing for the spring musical, The Addams Family, which is set to open on April 20th and 21st at 7 p.m. and then April 22nd at 2 p.m. And then on to athletics. The Bengal wrestling program recently wrapped up another great season. The Bengals had 6 individuals earn a trip to the individual state tournament at U of I. The Bengals finished off the season with another trip to Bloomington for the ISHA state finals. The Bengals earned their fourth trip to state in the past 5 years by winning the IHSA regional championship, and then winning their match versus Chicago back of the yards in the IHSA team sectional. Although they dropped a tough match versus Rochelle in the quarterfinals, the Bengals wrestled with class and sportsmanship. Congrats to the athletes and head coach Sean Forrest for yet another memorable season. The girls soccer team recently visited the Smith Crossing Nursing Home in Orland Park. The event was planned by junior Christina Mayersek as a part of the PepsiCo Showdown tournament that the team plays in that encourages community service and making a difference on and off the field. Mayersek stated that the athletes created Valentine's butterflies with little uplifting sayings on them, and then they spent a few hours talking to the residents, eating cookies and drinking hot chocolate. And then Oak Forest High School had 21 athletes qualify for the South Suburban All Conference. Good for them.
For our school report today, we're we're very happy to have a group of Dreamers, our Dreamers Club here today. As you can see, some of them are wearing their shirt. There's 3 or 4 rows of them. There's a nice group of kids here. Talk a little bit about this great program that helps our students focus on something that's important, their dreams. Sometimes it's going to college, sometimes it's going into the workforce, but it's helping to prepare them for their future, which that's what we're all about at high school. We're very lucky to have 2 of the sponsors of this group, Gina Arguelles and Myra Ortega, to tell us more about it, and there's going to be a couple students to tell us a little bit about their participation and what they do. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to them.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you for my students for coming. I hope it has nothing to do with the extra credit I offered. But we are here to discuss and talk about our Dreamers Club here at Bremen High School. This club started with a documentary I showed in my classroom, The Dream Is Now, and it sparked so much interest in our students, which was basically just a document of students here at Bremen High School who felt that there was really nowhere else to go after high school for them. But aside from that, we also made this club into a college readiness club, which is kind of just those resources that these kids really don't have. We try to give them to them in this platform. Very easy, very simple, and just the support that they need to succeed in the future. So here are just some images of our students, some of our members. That's not all of them, but that's all the kids. I told them to take pictures and send them to me, and that's what they did. Very good looking group. Very good. So Gina Arguelles, she wants me to skip her because she's very shy right now. But Spanish teacher, awesome, 17 years. She's been the World Language Sponsor, Interact Junior Class Sponsor, Dreamers Club Co-Sponsor. She is the person that made all this possible, paved the way for me to kind of just come in and, do what I think would benefit our students. I'm Myra Ortega, Spanish teacher. I should update that, it's 5 years this year. Dreamers Club Co-Sponsor, Foreign Language Honor Society Sponsor, and the Fuego Latin Sponsor. So why we started Dreamers, obviously the demographics of Bremen High School has changed throughout the years, and with that change comes new necessities and new resources for our students. So we're just trying to, give these students that extra help that they need, just like every other student here at Bremen High School. So some of the steps that we started with was just small discussions within the classroom. We started getting parents involved, started introducing the Dreamers Initiative in our SIP meetings, conferences, and just getting the school to start that support system for these kids, because just like every other student, undocumented students are students as well, and we have to start thinking about them. But not only that, but just trying to give them that motivation to continue their education after high school. These are just some of the programs that we had. But how it started, literally just started with a documentary that I showed in one of my classrooms. A student who graduated 2 years ago, Denise Lopez, was really, inspired by this. She is not an undocumented student, but she became an advocate for this group. A voice for the voiceless is what I like to call her. Right now she's doing great things at the University of St. Francis, being a part of the Dreamers Club over there and doing great things at the university. So our mission was very simple. Our mission is to serve those who are in need of extra assistance for the future. This goes for all students, undocumented or documented. For us, it doesn't matter. We're just here to help achieve their dreams and help them with college and university. Here are just some flyers that we had. So some of the things that we have done in the past, we give scholarship assistance, FAFSA. We help them out with the application process, DACA assistance, college acceptance as they help, discussion groups. We have speakers from all over. We have movie night discussions. We take the kids, as you heard, to the USHLE conferences in Chicago. And we also have the upcoming Bilingual Career Day that's coming this Thursday, March 22nd. You guys are welcome to come if you would like. But here's just the big group that we take year after year. These kids look forward to this trip. They really love being inspired and hearing all those motivational speakers. And just a great way for them to get out of Midlothian and see the city, and they get very excited, and I love seeing their excited faces, taking selfies everywhere they go. That phone just never goes away. But I love seeing their happy faces in this. I also communicate with them. We only meet once a month. I have a Google community page that we just started, like open discussion topics. I give things that are happening here and there. Some of the things that we have been doing, we started some fundraising for scholarship grants here that we offer here at Bremen. One of our big things here that we have is our Cinco de Mayo celebration, that this year is not going to be on Cinco de Mayo, it's going to be the 4th of May, 4 de Mayo. Again, if you guys would like to come to that, it's a very fun, awesome experience. You guys are more than welcome. And here are just some pictures of the event. Last year was epic. I mean, we had over 500 people come. We ran out of food, but that's always a good thing because now we could plan for a more, sturdy one. So it's an amazing time. Some of our club accomplishments that we've had over the years, we offered a safe space for our students. We informed our colleagues, educated the student body, assisted them in any way that we could. Some of the things that we have been giving a Dreamers Club scholarship for 2 years, it's going to be 3 years now. Last year we gave 5 scholarships of $300, and we just hope to raise more money so we could raise that dollar amount for them. But we aren't done yet. We're still a work in progress, and we just want to improve for our students. And that was basically it. And now I'm going to leave the floor for an amazing student, America.
Thank you for being here. I wrote this piece for my school newspaper. I was at work one day, and in the news there's always some type of drama going on, and sometimes it really gets to me because if you didn't know, I am an undocumented student. And being undocumented is really hard sometimes because you don't know what's going to happen. And so during a moment of distress, I was at work and I went on break, and I decided to just take out my phone and start writing. So I was crying, and it's really hard because sometimes you don't know what's going on, and you have so many emotions, and you don't think that anybody else understands what you're going through. And I knew that there are a lot of people at this school that feel the same way, a lot of my friends and my family. So I just decided to write this, and I'm just going to read a little piece. As a 4-year-old girl, I remember going to the airport for a vacation. I
I really did believe what my parents told me. I thought that I would return to Mexico, and when we didn't, I never wondered why. I didn't ask to come here. As a child, I didn't understand what illegal meant. I didn't understand that a border could separate two different countries. All I knew was that I had to be with my parents. To blame me for my parents' decisions is foolish. I had no voice in my future, but to blame them for what they did is to be cold-hearted. My parents didn't mean to steal anyone's job. My parents came to the country for one reason: to give me and my brother the life they never had. Parenting doesn't require citizenship, it requires love and sacrifice. And that is exactly what my parents did. So when I published this, I got a lot of positive feedback and it was amazing. And I really feel like I opened the eyes of a lot of teachers and a lot of students, and I hope to keep doing this because I know that there's a lot of improvement that we can do at the school, and I just hope that people stop seeing undocumented students as just a waste because they think that we can't amount to more, and I know that we can. There's a lot of people here that have great hearts and amazing capabilities to do everything that somebody else with the proper documentation can, and I just want to change the perspective that we have at the school. So I just want to close with the last few paragraphs. Being undocumented doesn't make you any less of a person. Someone like me deserves to be treated the same way as everyone else. Perhaps we are called dreamers not because we dream with proper documentation, but because we dream of equal rights and a better world. But these dreams, my dreams, are practically impossible to reach. Recent laws have threatened my life here. I am not sure of anything, yet I continue to fight. I understand that there are rules and regulations. I understand that creating laws is not easy. I understand that politics are very complex and that I don't know much. However, I do know about humanity. I know that we're all humans, each deserving of respect. Human rights should not be controversial, rather a given right. I hope to open your eyes, not to just my situation, but to the situations of millions more. Undocumented immigrants are hardworking, brave, and loving people. To minimize them as aliens is absurd, but to further strip away their humanity for lack of a little piece of paper is cruel. Thank you.
Thank you for that wonderful presentation. Board members, I'm here with Mrs. Renee Mack and Mr. Mike Boniface, and we're going to discuss our new alternative education program that we've summarized in this PowerPoint. I want to give you a little background information. First, we had a committee that we put together of administrators, Delta directors, to discuss our current program and think about a way that we could enhance it and provide other opportunities for our aspiring students. The reason Renee and Mike are here this evening, Renee has extensive relationships with South Suburban College and their development system, which is a big partner in this new venture. And Mike Boniface has experience with Ingenuity, which is what we use in our curriculum for alternative education programs. So he has experience with that through our PELS program, and both of them took an interest in leading this initiative. So I want to start out by first taking a walk back in time for where we were with alternative education and where we're headed. For those of you that have been in the district for a while, you may remember our old evening school. Students only came for 13 days, 3.5 hours a day, and they had 45.5 hours of seat time to earn a credit. We felt that we could do better, so we designed our Delta Academy. Students meet 4 days a week for 36 weeks, for 4 hours a day, for a total of 288 semester hours, so that students have an opportunity to really learn the curriculum in depth. But we felt that still wasn't enough to help students transition to post-secondary opportunities. So we worked with our counselors to add developmental guidance lessons to help them with resume writing, looking at post-secondary opportunities. And then we also found that many of our students, because they are at risk, are dealing with a lot of social emotional issues. So we tried to connect these students with some of our interns that we took on last year. And it was a good effort, but what we found is because there's not a lot of seat time right now for the students, they weren't able to acquire the credits that they need. So they didn't necessarily have time for DBG lessons or social emotional support. We had to concentrate on getting them their credits. So that paved the way for this new Delta program. And we're going to just talk briefly about the day portion of it here. So what we're looking to do is expand the program to 5 days a week for 36 weeks. So students would actually have 5 hours of contact time for a total of 450 hours per semester. We also are going to redesign the program to focus on career pathways and provide access to a full-time mental health professional, again, because these students are most at risk. Some of our concerns based on our 2017 report card. A number of our at-risk students are experiencing a lack of academic success. 12% of our students do not graduate in 4 years. 2% actually drop out. And 65% of the students that enroll in an Illinois community college need to enroll in remedial math and English. In our current Delta program, again, I mentioned students are taking courses 4 hours a day, 4 days a week. They're not working at home, which is what we intended for them to do. They have access to the curriculum 24/7, but we're finding a lot of kids do not work at home. So again, they're not making the progress that we need them to make. So there's not enough seat time. And then that lack of opportunity for DBG lessons. So there was developmental guidance lessons. Really, the program was only designed to help them graduate from high school and really not talking about any post-secondary opportunities. So with our new program, we wanted to expand our commitment to our at-risk students while also being fiscally responsible. So Renee's going to talk about our student survey results. So what we started with asking the students, we interviewed the 53 students who are seniors currently now. We surveyed them, what were they interested in for the future? And you'll find that 56% said they planned to go on to college. That was the biggest part of our students. 18.9 wanted to go straight to work. 9.4 said they were interested in the trades. Almost 6% are interested in the military. And 9.4, those are students saying, I know I want to do something, I just don't really know what pathway yet it's going to be. So based on that, based on the 56% that we said we're going to college, we really want to, hone it down to really have them be the leaders as to what should we build this program based on, if that's what they're saying. So 43% said they wanted to go into a career certificate or just an associate's degree. 24.5 said they wanted to take a general education course. Of those that said a career interest, so now you know what's a career, what career are you most interested in? 25% said something in the healthcare industry. 30% some business of some type, and then 17.5 said a skilled trade. So taking their answers, basically sat with South Suburban colleges and inquiry, sat with the deans to look at what curriculum could they offer, what do the facilities have based on what our kids said they're most interested in, and that's what we used to develop the new approach. Leading to the question of why South Suburban College. When we're saying South Suburban College, we're talking about the Oak Forest College Center, which is located at 167th and Kilbourne. So it is geographically convenient for our students. We wanted to bridge high school to post-secondary opportunities, and that's expected under the new ESSA Act and something called the Power Act. The colleges mandated or strongly suggested to work with the high schools to make these post-secondary opportunities happen. So it's great timing for us. One thing I'm super excited about is that Bill and Corey negotiated the space for our program rent-free. So the program in the rooms are rent-free, which is fantastic. Another thing that Corey worked with the deans on is creating a special program waiver, which would allow our students to earn these tuition courses for free as well, which we'll explain a little bit more. Thus, increasing the exposure to industry connections. Because at the Oak Forest College Center, what they've done there is they've eliminated all the community colleges that used to take space, and they tell them to leave, basically. They're trying to make that campus be a hub for industry, trades, manufacturing. So right now, the space is there, the equipment's there. We just want to have the students come there to make the community place thrive.
more interesting connections. That's our plan, and that's their plan. So students are beginning with career certification or degree. Once they start there, they know that they're going to be more likely to succeed, and that's what the deans and the curriculum says at South Suburban College, thus creating a win-win for both not only the community college, for the district students, but also for the community in whole, because South Suburban may not be able to run, let's just say, a skilled trade in manufacturing if they can't get enough seats. So then our students in our current programs can't even go there and enroll at night. With our students, with our new program, with our students in our district, and with the community, now more courses are all going to be offered for the whole community, making a win-win for everybody.
The two main program goals we have would be academic, graduating high school, but then also having the ability to access college courses working towards industry credentials or a career pathway in some sort. Second thing is social-emotionally, we're going to try to give them some extra supports. If there's one thing we noticed from our survey results is that the students really did benefit from that the interns that we had working with them. And we want to help them make them become independent, responsible decision makers so that they can follow some of the goals they have. Each student in the program will end up having what we call a student success plan. My special ed background will tell you, it kind of reminds me of an IEP. It's going to lay out a present level that the students are at academically. If they need extra assistance or guidance, give them some goals and then some clear-cut objectives along the way that they need to hit in order to reach those goals. It's also going to have a transition aspect where we're working on what's the next step after high school. We don't just want to get you the goals right now, we want to get you in those career paths to make sure you have the right steps to make yourself successful after high school. So it's also going to have a transition plan aspect too. And those will be the main things that we're going to have our staff working on, is working those the SSPs, we're going to say the student success plan, to make sure they can constantly evaluate where they're going in the right direction. There's three different programs within, two different ways we can do the curriculum. One is the traditional curriculum. Now, traditional stating how we currently know Delta. So traditional Delta curriculum, which would be completing high school requirements through the Ingenuity courses we currently have. The second would be a blended curriculum. This would be a combination of some Ingenuity courses, along with taking some SSC courses that Renee's going to get a little bit more into, might have dual accreditation, and these will also have links into industry credentials. Both of these, traditional and blended, can be offered during the day and at night. That will be based on transportation. So if students need transportation, we'd be providing that during the day. If they can provide their own transportation, they'd be attending the night schedule. Or day, if they want to drive themselves during the day as well. The third portion of it is what we call the Achieve program. For special education students who are extremely credit deficient, these students could come to the SSC campus and complete the high school requirements. But we're going to find, as we know, our special education students need alternative ways sometimes to be assessed. We're going to look at more course project-based learning, and some online Ingenuity courses to make sure these students can access that curriculum. One of my favorite examples that I've seen this, in which students were assessed in an alternative way other than pen to paper assessment, was from Dave Vander. This is my lack of math knowledge, but I'll give you a little background. In his course, they were studying angles, and they were studying different shapes and all the angles that make up those shapes. And he wanted to see how could the kids put what he's teaching to actually use. So he had his kids each develop a certain amount of miniature putt-putt or miniature golf. They had to make their own course, utilizing the different angles they used in class. That was their unit assessment. If they could prove their knowledge and apply it to that actual golf hole that they created, that was them really showing they mastered those concepts in those different angles for those shapes. It's kind of a unique way, but we have unique assessments like that going on across the district. It's just a matter of unifying all of them and putting them into one curriculum for each one of our different areas to make sure we have these alternative assessments available for our students. So that's kind of what the Achieve program would look like. It'd be more of an alternative way to assess the students' knowledge of the different units for each curriculum area. We do have additional sports. Obviously, the Delta Day program, which we currently still have at Hillcrest, will be for 9th and 10th grade students who are coming in past the 10th day. And then we also are going to have something new in the proposal, which will be our credit recovery program. Each school would have a 9th hour for 1 hour after the traditional school day, from 3 to 4 at Tinley and Bremen, and then Hillcrest and Oak Forest from 3:15 to 4:15 for 11th and 12th graders who need a credit or two to meet those graduation requirements. We would have the opportunity for them to take online Ingenuity courses to make up those credits.
So a little bit more about the blended curriculum. So So South Suburban College requires a course called Overview for College Success. And since we're getting a free course waiver, we didn't want our students to have to use the waiver only for that one program, the required course. So Tori and the deans met and combined a new tuition waiver which would couple the Overview for College Success with our current career practicum class, which is on ingenuity, thus giving the student high school, their college credit that's required by South Suburban, plus the career practicum high school credit, which is great for the student. The purpose is then to help the student really identify what career goals you have. Through the Overview for College Success, South Suburban will then preview all the potential pathways a student could go into by looking at the Maker Lab, the electronics, the CAD Lab, manufacturing, and I'm just going to shout out to the picture. That's actually computer repair from Oak Forest, Mr. Support. Our students went there a couple weeks ago. Oftentimes, we have little groups of students go there just to get familiar with the facility. We also do professional development for our industrial tech teachers to get used to 3D printing and CAD equipment. So that's just a sidebar. Just talked about. A couple other options that they have is court reporting and paralegal. One sidebar, court reporting through South Suburban College is the only community college with a certified court reporting program in the state of Illinois. They are desperate to get students to go into that field, so if our students are interested and their skills fit, that would be a great opportunity for our students. Also, nursing assisted and emergency medical services. So not only are these meeting the needs that our students are saying, it's what the industry in our region is saying. South Suburban College built that knowing that this is what they're hearing from their workforce development committees. Part of the waiver for the OCS 101, the career program, is that our students will not have to, since we don't have to burn it with just one, they're going to be able to take their other free waiver into a course that they want to use it for, thus getting them a head start into the pathway. So if they picked electronics, they're going to use one waiver for the college success career practicum, and then one waiver to really get them a little head start into their career pathway of choice, thus no cost to the student or our district making those waivers happen. So a little bit of preview of the different pathways. I'll briefly go through some other ones we've identified with the college that will work for our students and where it could lead. So for instance, emergency medical responder. Our students currently now participate in the EMT program. We have students from all 4 buildings going there at night. They take 8 college credit hours at night. Through the OCS 101, you'll see some programs are highlighted in red. Those are the ones that we found out will cross over multiple pathways, giving our students a lead into that particular one. So emergency medical responder, emergency medical technician leads to working as a paramedic, riding an ambulance. The next one, welding. The students would take a manufacturing math class plus the OCS one you see in red again. That's leading to different parts of welding. So the students can earn different levels of welding because there's different parts of welding that they could then take that certificate and go to work if they want, return back to the college, add another certificate on. Okay. Another one, digital electronics. Seeing the same 3 ones in red again that are identified over multiple pathways, the career ones, the math ones. Digital electronics, 14 credits. Getting 3 of those knocked out with 3 waivers, leading to careers in computer repair, Geek Squad, small business. Some of our students said business, kind of not knowing where in business they were thinking, but there's web programming, and then entrepreneurship, owning their own business. The 2 that would get them off started would be the career practicum and the career success one, and then MIS digital literacy, leading to web mastering, software programming. Another side note, if a student then sees, I've got a head start in web programming, oh, but I really don't like it, they could then still take those same courses and move into another pathway, small business management, to lead them to small business owner, management, marketing, advertising, and sales. And now we're going to talk about this.
So all in all, I think we came up with probably about 20 different certification pathways. Again, trying to tap into what's available at the Oak Forest campus to help our students be able to go out and get a job right away or continue on, finish their certification, go on to an associate's degree. So in terms of our program needs and our staffing, what we're going to be looking for our Delta Achieve programs is 3 to 4 teachers. Again, it's going to be dependent upon the students that are currently in the program, whether they're going to attend day or night. So we will need anywhere from 2 to 3 teachers for the Delta portion, 1 teacher for the Achieve, again, that's the self-contained special ed program, 2 to 3 paraprofessionals, so these would be support staff for the 3 programs, they would be shared. And then 1, again, full-time mental health professional to work specifically with these students on social emotional support. In terms of Delta Day and credit recovery, our Delta Day staff would stay exactly the same. We have a full-time teacher and a full-time tutor working with those students. And credit recovery would be one teacher, possibly two, if they want to split one classroom per building. We look for an enrollment window, just like we do with class size. So if we have at least 10 students, we would run the night period for credit recovery. And there, really, it's basically it's students complete courses as quickly as they can. So in essence, one course a student can complete in 4 weeks, pick up another class if they needed to. And it depends, on the course. Sometimes the economics class is a little bit easier than maybe the geometry or algebra 2. That tends to take a little bit longer. So really, it's based on how driven the student is to complete the class. So we envision that room being filled all semester long, but kids coming in and out. In terms of the SSC staff, they provide a full-time police officer when the building is open. They also have an on-site tutor available, so in addition to working with our staff and paraprofessionals, they can make appointments with the on-staff tutor if they're working on their college courses. There's also a full resource library available to the students. In terms of our financial projections, current expenditures versus future expenditures, right now we're spending just under $740,000 on our current alternative education program. This includes Delta Day, Delta Nights, credit recovery, and our OD placement, some of our OD placements. Our new program cost is about $500 more than that. Between our grant funding, between the IDEA and Title I funding, we'll be able to pull in just over $600,000. By bringing some of our students back from OD placements, we would save just under $400,000. And again, those students would be going into the Achieve program. Tuition for credit recovery, it costs students $120 to recover a credit. However, we do work in our Title I grant offset, so students would only pay a portion of that. We don't want that to be a factor limiting students from recovering credits. So the $302,000 profit you see there is not necessarily profit, because the other things that we're considering is administrative support. And so that will certainly tap into that. And also the salaries for the staff that we've used are average, so that could go up depending on who we hire. So that is not necessarily pure profit. So at this time, we'll open the floor to final questions or thoughts.
Yes, I think that you've done extensive work on the program. I'm glad to see that you are implementing some future aspects to give them hope for future careers and working on career readiness.
Thank you.
My question is, with the social emotional, have we looked at, you said we had one person in behavioral health to accommodate for the social emotional, and I don't remember if you said it. I'm looking at the document here, which you presented, but I don't know if you stated or not, but how many, is it just one person in behavioral health that's going to cover the social emotional issues, or how many?
Just one for right now. Again, because we're only looking to target anywhere from 60 to 90 students total. Oak Forest campus is only providing us 3 classrooms, and again, for free. So we're really grateful of the opportunity to build our program there. We're also, cognizant of they have their own classes to run too, so we're limited by the space that they are offering to us. So right now we have one mental health professional. Obviously, the needs change. That's something we can look into as well.
Is there going to be the intern person, or is that?
No, this would be a full-time certified specialist.
And have we looked at, I know you stated that space is limited, have we considered working with like the software programs or computer programs like the Maui Learning program that's available for social emotional? I know we're working with it already with some of the special ed, maybe bringing that over to this program as well.
Well, the Maui Learning we're only using right now with our English learners as a portion of their curriculum. So we're not using it for social emotional support. I know that the support staff already has curriculum to meet the needs of our students. And certainly if we ever came across areas where the curriculum wasn't necessarily addressing that, we would look at other options. But do you feel that things are sufficient?
Yeah, I put that out there because I know it would save us on space and it's proven to be very successful. It had really good success rates. I know that space is limited, and that we are already getting a significant savings through using those classrooms. So I just thought I'd put that out there. Thank you.
I have a question. Thanks, Leslie. Our mainstream students, okay, I understand this program is for our at-risk program, and I really do think it can be a good program for how you described it, you guys described it. Where could we tie something like this in for our mainstream students that, again, may not want to go to college, but might want to take advantage of what you're saying, these different certificates and degrees, and they want to enter the workforce after high school versus entering college?
Yeah.
How does this tie in?
No, yeah, it's perfect. Right now, we currently do offer some certificates there, but I think with
I think
our
we've got the
additional
Microsoft one.
Right,
Is that still going?
Yes, yeah, we have EMT, EMR students who attend there now, we have pharmacy tech, but the college isn't running it this semester. We have students who go there for projects, so they might not be running a course, they might not have enough to run a whole class,
Yeah.
but we'll bring students there, computer students to their Raspberry Pi. Jim Boss would probably use it, saying Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi, but we'll also bring our IT guys there, like I mentioned, to have them get training. So our current students are going there, but because sometimes the college can't run the classes, their opportunities are limited for all of our kids. So by having both of this happen, there'll be more opportunities for all. So that's really what that was happening.
Okay. Is this something that we can expand on for the mainstream?
I think so, and that's where, again, when we're looking at the split schedule, so for students that maybe get out early can come over to the Oak Forest campus.
Okay.
So and again, we're going to take a year to figure out how all this scheduling is going to work. It's your review. But if we see that a college class is going to run between 2 and 3, and some of our students get out early, they can come over to the Oak Forest campus and enroll in that class as well, or in the evening program, like welding that we offer.
Yeah.
Right now, our Delta kids can't even participate in welding, right, because it's at the same time as doing the coursework.
Oh, okay.
Now they could take their education during the day, go over to Oak Forest and do welding at night. So yeah, our goal is to expand opportunities for all kids. The other thing that, Mike talked about, and Ray talked about, that student success plan. We want to see that same thing with our students in every school.
Sure.
So one of the requirements under ESSA is by the end of their sophomore year, they have to declare a career pathway. And so we kind of envision every student is going to have a student success plan and mapping out exactly what they want to do when they need us.
Oh, great. Good job.
Yeah, this is leading more to certification as opposed to career awareness. So we do a lot of career awareness over there. We bring a lot of students there.
But this is
about
hands-on.
getting them
This is
into it.
physical.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And it's a great opportunity, like Renee mentioned, there's a lot of courses that they can't even offer to our own community people. They talked about, an OSHA class. They can't run an OSHA class for students, people in the industry right now because they can't get a student. Well, if our students want to take OSHA, now you have our students working with people who are actually in the career world right now. And what a great opportunity to think of.
And I'll tell you what, there's the outcry in our community for these types of programs is just huge. And you guys know that, I'm sure, throughout the years you've been hearing it. And so this is great. I think we're on the right path. Good job.
I think for our mainstream students, the stuff we're looking to do with South Suburban would be in addition to our regular curriculum, not in place of the regular curriculum. For our at-risk students, this will be part of their curriculum. So as we go forward, I don't want us to start thinking that we're trying to take the traditional high school experience apart.
Right. But this is an option, I think, for these at-risk kids that they don't have at this point. Now they can actually take whatever piece of paper they earn and actually go do something other than flipping burgers. So.
And didn't you say that all the regular ed students also get credit course?
Yeah, all of our regular population gets the opportunity to take free classes at South Suburban College, and then if they earn an A or B in that class, they get additional free labor. So with more courses running closer, our students will see, and the bridge is right there, I can just take that and go to school.
Just a quick question on the kids that can go for the free regular. Now, that's not at the Oak Forest campus, that's at the college.
I'm sorry,
The regular kids that want to, they get the 3 credits that are not in the Delta program. Can they go to the Oak Forest
Yeah,
campus?
any of our
as
students
well?
now, like our current EMT students from our regular population are all over at the Oak Forest College Center becoming EMTs using a program waiver for free. Currently.
They just aren't running as many classes at that.
There's just not as many pathways.
The critical piece is the more our students use it.
Right.
The more it builds.
So the more awareness, the more interest with this might get the word out. to
Everybody
the
else. Yep. And part of it comes down to the equipment, not all the equipment, like all the welding is at the main campus. They don't have it at the Oak Forest campus. So it depends upon what the
course they
degree
want
or
to
the
take.
course that the students are looking for.
Are these credits not going to be considered outside credits then, or are we going to have to adjust those?
So one of the things that we'll be bringing forward, once we identify all the courses, I'm going to bring